Hello to you! How are you guys doing today? How's life? And yes, welcome to Seaopolis 2. That wasn't me, that was the quest book. So, important things to know. We do have FTB Ultimine, K is going to compress the items into 2x2 or 3x3, and below Y level 60, we're gonna suffocate and die. And most importantly, there is a shop. The driftwood crates that are in front of us are going to provide us with valuable resources, like a ton of saplings. And we have spruce. We are going to get some of this driftwood log, like so. I'm gonna make a crafting table, use the rest in order to make planks, slabs, and you know, extend the platform. I cannot make a boat using driftwood, but I'm assuming we can make it out of oak. We just get some blocks. And it's also a very good thing to know that we have twerking in this mod pack. You just plant something, press shift, and it's gonna grow. Oh, penguins! No. Yes, it's penguins. Exploration pays off because we get tons of loot. I'm actually mainly here for the wool. I'm the ruler of seagulls. But one thing that you should always remember is that exploration is the most important thing that we should be able to do. We don't really have to go that crazy, we just wanted a bit. I have not read the quest book, but I'm assuming a chest is going to be something incredibly useful, and it's perfectly fine. If they want more, we're gonna make more. Oh, we have done so many quests. Except the crafting table, apparently. The rafts are not going to provide us with that many resources. All you get from crates is saplings, but the boats should be much better. Well, maybe bigger boats. Exactly. Like that one. Perfection. We have more loot. First off, they're not seagulls, they're geese. Secondly, I did expand our platform. I did disassemble the raft next door just in case we get any mobs. And since this is essentially a skyblock, what we're going to do is that we're going to plant 2 oak saplings. We're gonna make them grow. And even though I have silkworms, let us do this by the book. We're gonna make a crook. This is going to increase our chances of getting saplings as well as giving us silkworms and apples. We are going to plant 2 more oak, make them grow, and then infest the leaves with silkworms. In the meantime, the quest book wants us to make a chest, so there you go. This one was full anyways, and the infested leaves are going to give us string. We could have used all of this string in order to make a bed, but we had wool, so who cares? But the quest book wants some wool, so here is some wool, and here is my bed. The quest book is offering us a few items for automation, but I don't think most of them are going to be necessary. This is ex nihilo anyways, and manual work is going to pay off far better. That is a giant one. Not good. Yeah, it's not allowing me to sleep, so let us get the string. And I made some wooden shears so that we can get some leaves, and I'm already too late. With the wooden shears, what we want to do is to get some leaves. Get ourselves some barrels and start composting the leaves, so that I think we would be able to get dirt. Is that dirt? Huh. Texture was glitchy, I'm sorry. Thankfully, wooden shears are extremely cheap, so we can make a ton. And just to make my life easier, in order to get dirt, we are going to make 2 wooden hoppers and maybe a stupid axe. We should be able to have the barrels on top of the hoppers, add 2 more hoppers on top, and put a chest on top of that. That should automatically make us dirt. Oh, there is a leafy stew. It does give you a ton of saturation. I was not expecting that. Furthermore, we have finished everything in chapter 1 except one thing. Don't be alone. Duck sack. I have no idea what that was, but we also need a crafting automat. That was literally one of the easiest recipes ever. So there you go. Oh, and we just have to convert it, like so, into a structured crafter. I don't really think we're going to use them at this very moment because yeah, we get to sieving. Let us get 9 mesh because they should work in a 3x3. We also get ourselves 9 sieves, put all the mesh inside, and I guess we just sieve dirt. Yep. Oh, we get pebbles. Okay, we can press K and compress them. I have a feeling that the rates are a bit exaggerated because I got 21 cobblestone. I'm really not gonna complain because that's going to give us a furnace and we can have extra torches. And I think we can also cook the worms and the apple. Yes, perfect. If that is the case, I'll get more leaves. That is a decent supply of leaves. Let us get back to the quest. Oh, I have done so much. Okay. Here is the apple then. They also want us to make something called a drying rack, and I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what it does. But I can read. Very helpful. Yes. Oh, I guess you can get leather. That's it. There are also a few things which are extremely cheap, and I'm assuming that is because they really want us to automate everything. For example, the item collector. That's the recipe. Or an auto clicker. So there you go. Here it is. We're really not going to use that because the amount of resources that we're getting is incredibly slow and mediocre. Anywho, they wanted a piece of charcoal. We already have torches. They also want us to get 1 piece of stone. Thank you. And we also have to make a crucible. I was expecting this should have been earlier because you need this in order to make water, right? One thing to remember is that a crucible is going to work much faster if you have a heat source. A torch is a heat source. But this is the new version of Minecraft. We have campfires. So if we provide you with some saplings, yes, we get water. How do we get a bucket? Porcelain and clay. Automation is not something that I want to do for the sieves at this very moment, but just in case you're wondering, you can put the clicking machine over there, hopper in some dirt or whatever you want to sieve, and it's going to sieve it for you automatically, very slowly. And as most of you guys already know, you can have a chest on top with an item collector like so, and it's gonna collect everything. Oh, the range is garbage. That's it. Okay. Also, the fire thingy is very loud. Much better. But just to finish this quest line, here is a redstone clock, and this chapter should be finished as well. Well, I don't need drawers now, but thank you. Oh, we get to mob farms with blackstone. I have been reading the quest and it seems that, yeah, we don't really need to have a mob farm at this very moment, we can proceed further. And this is the part that I'm literally going to start cheating. How? I will show you. The problem is that I'm not really sure if our cheating is going to work, but we are going to try it anyways. We just need to have some tools and literally one door. Every time that you have Ex Nihilo in the pack, there are a few things which are important. Dirt, gravel, stone, cobblestone, those kind of resources. In a skyblock you don't have access to them, but over here we do. Yes, we cannot dive deep down, but we should be able to find somewhere where it's high enough. This place is 89 levels high, so we should be able to go there. Let's take our breath and we go down. Perfect. I love this. And the door is for breathing. We can breathe. I should have brought a torch, I can't see anything. But just in case it's necessary, we get some kelp, take a small breath and get some gravel. And we should be careful not to lose the door. I have an idea. Let's go up. Let us gather some wool. And this time I'm bringing some torches. Oh, there is a creeper. There was like literally one spot where I had the door. Now if we remove the door, I have covered it in wool, don't you worry. And can we dig down? Holy, we should be able to change the ore excavation to a tunnel. Yes, very small tunnel. I just want to see if there are ores. Oops, water. Water is not good. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, you don't get the coal, you just get cobblestone. But that's fine by me, because the main thing that I wanted from here was cobblestone anyways, and we can have it. I'm gonna suffocate. There's plenty of gravel down there. We're good, don't you worry. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this was totally worth it. Because we did manage to get tons of cobblestone and gravel, and those are actually quests, and we need them in large quantities. Anywho, it is hammering time, so let us get a hammer. And you see, gravel and flint counted. I'm assuming there is a stone wand. Yeah, not the best, but at least that's going to help us to make a cube of cobblestone and hammer it down to gravel. Gravel is going to hammer down to sand, and sand is going to be hammered down into dust. And that is what we need in order to make a bucket. So we just have to sieve the dust. Yes, I know, I'm getting dust. For getting clay, yeah, okay, that's what we have to do. We need to cook some sand, make some fluid pipes, a pipe wrench, and we should be able to pump out the water from the oak crucible into a barrel. Can I? Yes, I can. Nice. That means if we put some dust inside, we should get some clay. Combining that with dust should give us porcelain and clay, which you cannot cook it, okay? We have to get the unfired clay bucket and then cook that one. It's been a while since we have done Ex Nihilo. I forgot a few things. But here is our bucket. And I guess we don't need to make an infinite water source because, you know, we're in the middle of the ocean. But water on its own is garbage. We also need to get some lava. I have been processing some saplings. I mean, chopping down trees. And since you cannot put lava inside an oak crucible because it's gonna burn down, we're gonna make a porcelain clay crucible. We shall cook it. Thank you. And I guess for the moment we just put it next to the other one and provide it with some cobblestone. That should give us lava. Yes, very slowly. It's actually not that bad. You can put a furnace. Oh, but it has to be a working furnace. Yeah, exactly. It has to be a working furnace, so it's not ideal. We have one bucket of lava. That is perfect. And we're going to invest that in making a resource generator. Voila. Resource generator. The resource generators are actually incredibly neat. If you put cobblestone inside, it's gonna dupe it for you. It does that with a few recipes and, well, we don't need a cobblestone generator. In order to finish the quest line, we're going to need one more clay bucket. And this time, instead of making the resource generator, we're going to make the resource generator 2. Oh, and we need botany pots to finish the quest line. I forgot. So botany pots are a combination of a flower pot as well as some terracotta. And these things are made out of terracotta, right? Come on. I don't know which kind of an idiot would have a raft in the middle of the ocean, processing some lava and having campfires nearby. I never said I'm very bright. So here is a flower pot. I'm not really sure if you can use colored terracotta in order to make a botany pot, but it seems you can. Because, you know, if you look at the JI, you don't actually see them. But if we combine it with a hopper, it's going to be a hopping botany pot. That means I don't really have to punch trees anymore. We just put this on top of a barrel, a dirt, and a sapling. And it should do this automatically for us. However, now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the good part. First things first, let us put a hopper on top of our crucible, a barrel. We take some of our cobblestone and we try to make some lava. And I guess for the moment, we just go with a campfire because the furnace is not very sustainable. What we want to do at this very moment is to get a ton of dust. And 37 for me is a ton for the moment. I'm not sure if we have this recipe. Can we convert this into flint? No, that's fine. We just mine it. We would get flint. Because here's the thing. This chapter is about metals. This is called transformation powder, and I believe if we have a stone barrel, we should be able to pump in lava. Yes, we're gonna put it in and we get poor organic matter. Funny name, I know. Can't you sieve gravel and get flint? Oh, you can. Yeah, that was easier. We upgrade our meshes to flint and I don't have enough flint in order to make 9 of them, but that's fine. And now we should be able to sift this. This is going to give us metals. Yes, it just gives you 1 raw ore. That's not great. Yeah, really not the best yield, but it's not the worst. Do you see that? That is a ruined nether portal, literally under our base. Oh, and it also has a chest. I should not go on there. Nope, I think we're good. I just wanted to mention that was very stupid of me. You can hold the torch under the water. The obsidian itself is not very important, but I did manage to see a chest and I want the magma blocks. Let's see if we can get them. Yes, I have 1, I have 2, and we can breathe, right? That is gold. So nice. We get obsidian and iron. Perfect. Well, rule number 1 is that you should never push your luck. I think we're gonna make it. Yes. The magma block is going to be a far better heat source for the crucible, I guess. Yes, heat 25. Also, we are going to need a ton of blackstone in order to make a mob farm. Can we use our resource generator? Yes, you can dupe it. Awesome. We should also not be very super excited about the iron. Probably it's useless. But with the tin and copper that we got, we get 3 more as a quest reward. That means if we make a copper hammer, we should be able to make the actual hammer. I had everything on me. Nice. We're also almost done with this chapter. The only thing that we need is 6 more tin ingots and a compression dynamo. Which makes a lot of sense. That's why the hell would you have an automatic hammer without powering it? This is the final piece of tin that we're going to require, and that means we should be able to make the compression dynamo. And if we also make some energy pipes, this chapter should be finished as well. I guess now it is time to start making the mob farm. We already have the cube for it. We have a custom recipe for a stone cutter. That should give us blank plates. We're gonna need way more. We convert them into vector plates. We can't really go higher than this because the higher tier ones are going to require mob loot. For killing them, we are also going to make a few damage plates. I have been checking the ship that we have over here, and yes, it is made out of slabs. And for some reason you get penguins. Oh, they want to swim. And yes, we need to start remodeling the ship. First things first, let us have our plates over here. They're going to kill everyone. Oops. It does work as intended. We should be able to have a barrel and an item collector. If we move back to our main platform and look at the map, yes, we're getting mobs. And we do get garbage. That is perfect. Oh, we get loot bags. That's interesting. Do you remember when I said that we don't need to automate anything? No? Let's rewind. This is ex nihilo anyways, and manual work is going to pay off far better. Now I think it's time to change that. First we need to hammer down some cobblestone and get some clay. We also convert some of the cobblestone into dust and sift it so that we would be able to have a decent supply of porcelain clay for buckets and crucibles. And remember, we are doing all of this in order to expand our lava generation setup so that we would be able to get organic powder much faster. And that means more metals. Also, guess what? The basic tank from Mechanism does not need iron. Now that we have improved our lava production and we are getting more metals, let us check the loot first, which I would say it's not that bad. What do we get? They're throwing everything on the ground, but they give you copper chests and an Imperium apple. We keep it. So we have one more goal. The Infinity Wand. I believe we should be able to buy it at the shop, but first things first, we need to finish all the quests in the chapter. Don't really know why they need all the drawers, but there you go. A compacting drawer, the controller, we should sleep before we die, and 1 slave. Thank you, thank you. In the hostile mob quest line, we're missing 1 spider eye. I haven't seen any spiders. Well, just in case, let us finish all the quests. Also, we need the spider eye in order to unlock the shop. We finally have our spider eye. Perfect. And do you have any idea why it was not working? I was using the wrong plate. The damage plate works like fall damage. Player damage plate causes player damage. This part was a bit tricky and I could not claim the Infinity Wand. Do you know why? Because apparently you have to come to this quest, then submit it. It doesn't auto-detect, so that means we have unlocked this. I have also claimed most of our rewards, so we have plenty of coins. We can just go to the shop and purchase the wand. Thank you. And also luggage. Let us move on. Let's catch our breath, and we want some seagrass. You can also sift for it, but what's the point? We can come down here whenever we want. Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. Actually, do you know what? I'm an idiot, because we can just bone meal this and get grass. So, the reason that we needed seagrass, we need some bamboo, a cactus, and 1 sugarcane. They also want us to make all the pipe upgrades, which is like super easy. You just upgrade them with flint. Voila! The ultimate. We also get ourselves a sawmill. Chapter is done. The next chapter is going to be about summoning passive mobs, and we have a summoning altar, which does have a super easy recipe, so there you go. It does seem that if we give it seagrass, it's gonna give us grass seeds, which we can plant. Yes. And I guess now we need to start summoning people. So of course we're going to summon cats, pigs, sheep, wolves, cows, and chickens. And yes, you can finally use the drying rack in order to get leather. Also, viewer discretion is advised. It's a very small platform. I can't even live here. Even the Baron is on a boat. Before we move on from the moving on chapter, we need to claim the reward. Oh, we get a jet ski. I have made extra botany pots for sugarcane and cactus. We have plenty more. Bamboo, I don't really care. We can just plant it there and twerk. Basically, I'm trying to prepare everything that we need to submit. Like the organic matter. We already made a ton of porcelain and clay, the leather, and of course, all the different types of stone. Final pieces of sugarcane and cactus, and this should be unlocked. Perfect. What is MBT? It has resonant integral component with full upgrades. Here is our jet ski, and how does it work? Oh my goodness, you're laggy. I don't know how it works. We also get 2 mob imprisonment tool with axolotls. It means we can claim the rest of our rewards. That's pretty nice. They gave us 2. Why would you need 2 infinity ones? However, now we get to the more beautiful stuff. Bronze Age. We have to start sieving a lot, so we need to extend the platform and start hammering down. Oh, copper hammer is nice. You have no idea how happy I am that we improved our lava generation. Otherwise, this would have been a pain. We can get almost 100 blocks. Now that we have a decent supply of resources, let us get another copper hammer, a multi-press servo. It doesn't consume that much power. We can put it next to the dynamo. Yeah, it's fine. We have energy cables. You know what? We have 3 pieces of iron. 2 of them we got from a loot chest, and 1 of them dropped from a zombie in the mob farm. Yes, here. I'm gonna make myself an actual bucket. And you know, give some power to you. Yes, finally we're good. We need exactly 16 plates and 1 copper plate. That should give us an induction smelter, and that should hopefully give us bronze. You don't have power. I can connect it, I'm just lazy. Sue me if you can. Very good. We have bronze. For some reason we need a block of bronze, but okay, there you go. Here is a block of bronze. Ew. Why? So we convert it back to ingots and make this sequential fabricator for some reason. What the? Aluminium? That makes a lot of sense. I have just made myself a smithing table, and apparently we have to start making a pulverizer. In order to make the pulverizer, we're going to need 1 bronze ingot, 1 bronze plate. That will give us the gear working die. That goes in the multi-press servo, and we just need 2 bronze gears. We have made a stupid flux hammer. Let's take it. This is why you should not automate everything as soon as you get it, because without even using the flux hammer, we just had an upgrade. A pulverizer. We need to start making a new type of matter, and that one is going to give us iron, nickel, and aluminium. So hence, we're going to need some sand. Sand has to be pulverized. Oh, and if we give it flint, it's going to work much better. And with flint, it should consume less power as well as giving us more byproducts. So now, if we get our block of bronze back, put a stone barrel on top, you see? It's doing something. Now we have the improved organic fluid. I just used a few sand dust that we got from the pulverizer in order to make the improved transformation powder, and we do get the new matter. Nice. It takes time. I don't really like the things that are going to take time. If we sift this one, perfection. Aluminium, iron, and nickel. I just have to do this a few million times. Yeah, this system is not really working. We need a far better setup. We throw away the garbage and take the rest of the garbage home. Oh my goodness. I think we're gonna die. Okay, it's not that deep. I have doubled our lava production, and I think this is going to be enough until the end of the series, which is not going to be that far. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the barrel, we make 1 more block of bronze, and somewhere around here we're going to set it up. Meaning that we are going to have 2 barrels that are going to output into 2 mechanism tanks. Thankfully, it does go inside the tank. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to take the fluid from those tanks, do some very awesome cabling, and put it inside... What do we have to put it in? Yes, another barrel. And also, if we provide upgrades to the pipes, this process should be incredibly fast. This footage is not sped up. Remember that. Give me a decent supply of iron. Oh, actually, we want aluminium. My bad. Let us take the ingots so that the quest is complete. And I just need to make 1 more sequential fabricator. Oh, and a bit more aluminium. So here is 1 more sequential fabricator. We don't need that. We get our aluminium, and voila, the flux compactor. Now we absolutely get to the good stuff. Storage. I have finally hooked up the compression dynamo to lava, and I have removed the upgrades because these are going to decrease the efficiency but increase power generation. We don't need power, we just want it to be efficient. We need constantan, which is a combination of copper and nickel. You see, that is a quest. Invar, which is a combination of iron and nickel. Of course, finally we need to combine constantan and invar to get invar constantan alloy. Very creative name, I know. Now we should be able to make some storage. This is a very neat storage mod. All we need is a controller, which is called storage network root, some sort of an access terminal. This one is garbage, but we have to start here. And finally, we can upgrade it into storage request table. This is a good one. I had to get more resources, but I think now we're good. We're going to need a few network cables, convert some of them into link cables. And with that, I think we're done. I thought we're not garbage people. Maybe we should have a platform. We can have the controller here, the terminal on top, connect 1 network cable to the controller, and then the connectors. So if we put a chest on top, we should be able to access it through the terminal. Oh my goodness. GUI scale 5. Now it's fine. We have storage. Perfect. One very small point. I did make myself 4 resource generators Mark II. It doesn't really have a GUI, but it will put the block that you put on top inside the barrel. And then if you give it different types of blocks, it's gonna work faster. Can't really say if it's significantly faster or not. Don't you worry, there is a way. Really? It's an advancement? Okay, we're gonna take the gold. And we even have 2. With gold, it's twice as fast. Not to bore you to death, but I have hammered and hammered and hammered because hammering is still much faster than pulverizing. I also sieved and sieved and sieved, and as a result, we get tons of resources. And of course, I rinsed and repeated several times before making the alloys that we needed. I also decided to replace the magma blocks under the crucibles with blocks of coal because it is much faster. And made myself some waterproof ingots, made myself the full diving suit because that is going to help us survive underwater. And yes, you need to take off the oxygen tank for it to recharge. And this part is a little bit important, so listen carefully. Get a lot of pickaxes, always check if there is a backpack, and yes, there is a satchel. Try to take a nap as soon as possible because you have forgotten to light up the entire platform. Check if journey map is installed because that is great for cheating underground. Definitely make yourself bronze armor. And I'm not joking. The full gear. A satchel is from thermal expansion and you make it with rock wool. And you will get rock wool from slag and you will get slag by smelting down gravel. Put all of your important goodies in your satchel and always make sure to bring extra wood and material. Don't forget to bring some books just in case you get bored, your altar just in case you want to pray, some Imperium apples to keep the doctor away, and every piece of wool that you have just in case it gets cold. Probably also all the string. And obviously, look for the deep dark biome. It's down there. Interesting. While you're underground, open the journey map and look for anything of interest. Lush caves. Oh, it's that way. Well, that's just lovely. I just wanted to remind you that we have no measurable armor. And I forgot to bring a sword, but this is why we have resources. This is why I'm telling you journey map is important. This is wool, and this is a structure. So that should be an ancient city. Oh, a geode. Nice. That's one of our quests. Yes. We have arrived. Last time that we were here, we had crazy armor. Now we're naked. Also, this is what we're looking for. The portal. Yes, I'm the guardian of souls. You don't have to tell me. Ironically, it's very peaceful. So, now that you have arrived here, it's time to pray. Place down the altar. We're good. And start upgrading the armor. It has to be on the portal. Very good. We have the chest plate. Be very careful not to wear your armor. And most importantly, place down your book. Now, oh, the book has to be on Skulk. Gives you Warden Smite. So we put you here. Be a good boy and give me the book. Thank you. Also get all the books. Literally every single one. I made myself an extra suit of armor because it was incredibly cheap, but we have to go back down. I did make a staircase and I did mark it on the map. It's literally under our base. And this time what we're looking for is a lush cave because that's also part of the quest line. Oh, there's a shrieker there. We disable you. Yeah, there's no way in this universe I can disable all of them. You know what? We go in. Much better. Oh, there's more. Okay, we don't want anything special, just some moss and also some skulk for experience. We're done. We can go home. Okay, so the quest also wants us to get some azalea, and getting that is going to be super easy because we have moss. We just bone meal it and pray to get lucky. Yes. I was a bit tired of living like garbage, so I thought maybe we should start organizing. Well, start organizing, the rest is still garbage. We also have a few flare lanterns, and you get glowstone from your mob farm. Very rarely, but you do get it. Oh, and by the way, I did pick up 1 XP orb from our mob farm, and, well, now we have 51 levels. I should have done that more often, before it despawns. But with the experience that we have, we should be able to make an anvil, get the 16 books that we have made, and start combining them. Yep. We're out. Not that many people have died. According to the quest book, if we manage to get Warden Smite 5, we can one-shot the Warden. So this is why it's important. I have AFK'd for a while and we did manage to get 30 more levels. It's not that long. You just have to wait for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. But this is going to be very expensive. Warden Smite 4. And I might need to AFK more. Because you know, the difference between one-shotting someone and two-shotting someone can mean life and death. Well, it has been a few minutes. Let's go and check. 33, not the best. Yeah, we need 24 more levels in order to get Warden Smite 5, which is fine. I'm not in a hurry. We have Smite 5, but I need more experience in order to put it on my stupid sword. 22. Actually, now we are very close. Not close enough. Perfect. You know, we are doing all of this, and the chances are that I'm going to die out of fall damage. I do very stupid things, I know. But finally, we have an iron sword with Warden Smite 5. I guess let us go and find ourselves a Warden. We're not going to do this in the ancient city. We want it to be controlled. Yes. We do it here, in the lush caves. If I remember correctly, there used to be a shrieker here? Yes. Spawn. How many times does it have to activate? Hey, you. Spawn something. Oh, hello, beautiful. I'm just gonna spam. Okay, we're done. Very dramatic. Oh, another one. We spam again. Thank you. I think whenever you're wearing the warden armor, you don't get affected by darkness. Now that we have killed the warden, we can open the portal with the heart of the deep. Just make sure there are no skulks on it. Not with the heart, with this one. Ah, yes. That thing. Now it should open. Perfect. We can go to the deeper and darker. So this is home, and what we are looking for is a temple. Well, technically speaking, it's not an easy thing to find. We have to make a compass for it. Let's go back to the actual deep dark. We have a warden. Hello. Hello again. The thing is, we need some echo shards. Well, so far I have killed 4 wardens. No chests. Yes, we have found the one. No echo shards. You know, sometimes I feel I'm doing things wrong. We need this compass, and we can craft it. Oh, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're looking for. The ancient temple, there are going to be many wardens. And we want this. Ancient skulk. Oh my goodness. He's looking for me, I know that. He does quite a bit of damage. Also, I'm really concerned. I have not found a single echo shard, but I have 3 ancient skulk. That's good. We can go home. Whoop. I hate centipedes. Ah, you found it in vases. My bad. The ancient sculpt block which we managed to get has the same functionality as this block of bronze, meaning that it's going to take the improved organic fluid and it's going to convert it into skulking organic fluid. And therefore we're also going to need a new matter, and that's why we needed echo shards. Oh, thank you, thank you. However, do not be worried, you will get echo shards back from sifting. That means one more time I have to improve our lava situation and also consider all the fluids that we have to make. But here is the point, we actually need silver and gold in order to make the ender chest as well as the ender tank. So after we get them, automation is going to be much easier. Also this time the meshes have to be made out of iron, and I don't think we have enough. Oh yeah, we do. So let's sift. Yes, we get silver, we get gold, and we get 2 echo shards back. This is how you would get ender pearls as well. But just to finish the questline, here is an ender chest, which in my opinion is a total waste of resources. Ender tank would have been much more useful. But as a result, we actually get 2, so maybe I can do something with our mob farm. After gathering a ton of resources, and I really mean a ton, I decided to finish the compact machine questline first. The resulting compact machine is garbage, but it will unlock the challenge chapter, which is going to give us the better ones as a reward. Now we would be able to transfer our lava generation into the compact machine, and this time the lava is going to go inside the dynamic tank from mechanism to reassemble our fluid setups using ender tanks, meaning that we can easily access them in the overworld. However, the next age is the age of electrum, and the goal is to make some cured rubber using arboreal extractors with jungle trees. It's incredibly slow, and although bone meal helps a bit, I think it's better to have 2 of them. And always remember that 1 bucket only gives us 3 pieces. The reason that rubber is very important for us at this very moment is that we can use it in order to make a crystallizer, get some salt, that is going to give us some seawater, which in turn is going to give us organic matter, and if we sieve it inside a waterlogged sieve, it's going to provide us with coral. And that is exactly what we need in order to make the new tier of fluid, the colorful organic fluid. That basically means that we are going to need a new setup in our compact machine area, and please ignore the fact that I forgot corals require water in order to live. Also, I just realized we can have a sink for water. Anywho, coral should be pulverized to give us some colorful transformation powder, and with the new matter that we just got, we have finally unlocked diamonds. Also, that means I have to start grinding for more resources now. Yay! Although I think a better furnace is going to help a bit. You might be thinking to yourself that the grind is over, but no, unfortunately not. Our goal is refined storage, and in order to get that, we need something called Nether organic matter, which you need a pink slime block for it. So no, the grind is not over. Not by a long shot. Using some redstone inside lava is going to give us netherrack. We convert it into bricks, and then we convert them into other bricks. We get ourselves a magma crucible, smelt down some cured rubber, that gives us latex. We should convert that latex into tiny dry rubber, so let us get a latex processing unit. Yes, block of redstone. And if we give you some water, you should give me some tiny dry rubber. Perfection. We need more of the cured rubber. Tiny rubber gives us dry rubber. I think we get a few as a reward. Perfect. And we cook all of that in order to get plastic. I think before investing in a mob slaughter factory, we should invest in a dissolution chamber, because I think we are going to need a few range add-ons, but we will see. So here is my dissolution chamber. I don't think we need the magma crucible, so you can go over there. I need more buckets. No, as it turns out, you still need it, but we can make our range add-on. We first made the range add-on, but now here is the mob slaughter factory. Kind of a weird way of doing that, but who cares? We're going to steal one of the dynamos and the tank. I have it, don't you worry. We're going to use our own mob farm. Here are some upgrades, power, dynamo, and lava. So now if anything spawns, we should get some pink slime. And we don't need a crazy number, we just need 4 pink slimes and 1 ingot, so that's less than 3 buckets. Also, if you guys remember, we got some obsidian from the Nether portal. So what we should be able to do is to get 1 glass bottle, and now that we have access to emeralds, make an experience obelisk. In this way, it's going to gather all the experience that we get from our mob farm and put it in here. It's not going to go to waste anymore. Yay, 58 millibuckets of pink slime. This could take some time. I have bone mealed some grass, so we did have access to poppies and dandelions, therefore we can have a purple dye, and I can paint my stupid bed. Very lovely. While waiting for some pink slime, I finally decided to fix our mob farm using some storage drawers, and remember you can buy all the upgrades from the shop. After a bit of time and AFKing, as well as getting 83 levels at our mob farm, we had enough pink slime in order to make 2 blocks, which means we have to extend our fluid production setup. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the age of the Nether, the age of refined storage. In the recent version of the pack, you will have the option to go with AE2, but I'm going to go with refined storage, although as usual, we need to gather some resources before proceeding any further, so I'll get back to sieving. Also, always remember to upgrade your meshes to increase the drops, yes, even to netherite. The only tricky part of refined storage is making silicon, which is made in a fluid encapsulator. The rest is almost business as usual. A few other things that I have done is that I have put chests on top of barrels so that we can have an automation for making different organic matters. I upgraded most of the machines with hardened integral components. Yes, even the arboreal extractor, so we're getting more latex. I have made a few magmatic dynamos because they are much more fuel efficient than compression dynamos, at least in this mod pack. And over here I made myself a flux sieve, which is an automatic sieve with a diamond upgrade. And this is a glitch, it doesn't show the fluid. We also have 4 elite botany pots for inferium essence. Cause guess what? We need to get into mystical agriculture and we were not getting enough essence from sieving, which means we have to start the grindy process of upgrading all the essence. Although I think in order to unlock the next chapter, we just need tertium, because that is what you need in order to make the infusion altar. Also the pedestals, yes, okay. The reason that we need the infusion altar is not what you think. We need it in order to make dimensional shards from RF tools. I have been checking, apparently the wooden hoppers have a GUI and they can accept 1 stack of items, therefore each pedestal can have 1 hopper. Also the infusion altar, it also does require a redstone signal to activate, so here is a lever, and I'm not sure if we have 1 stack of everything, but we will try. Well, it does seem we have everything except inferium. Now we have it. I'm also going to blacklist echo shards in the infusion altar so that it will craft everything automatically. We're missing something. Oh, wrong item. My bad. Oh, it's doing it. It's not showing the particles. That's fine. Again, the reason that we wanted dimensional shards is not what you think. We need it in order to make endstone using infused ender pearls. You needed an augment. Okay, but perfection. Endstone pebbles. Also, this is an incredibly expensive recipe, so what we're going to do is that at the first opportunity that we get, we're going to make end seeds to get endstones for free. But in any case, we do have some endstone. Doesn't give you much. You know, I'm just hoping the rewards are going to be great. Yeah, we get 1 more infused ender pearl and 1 more diamond. And this is the block that I have to craft. Infused ender block. That is going to convert the nether organic fluid into the ender organic fluid. But we can craft 1. And since this one is a very temporary setup, we're just gonna set it up over here. Don't you worry. After this, we only have 1 more matter to attend to. I have crushed some endstone, so let us sieve it. That gives us the dust. Dust goes into the barrel, and we get the matter. So if we sift this 1 by 1, it's really important that you do these things 1 by 1, because if you get a garbage chance, it's going to apply to all of them. No chorus fruit. Shame. I need it for the end seeds. Well, always remember to claim the rewards, because we got extra ones. Well, for the longest time, you don't even get the 1, but sometimes you get lucky and you get 16. That is perfectly fine. Now we should be able to start making the seed. So for end seeds, we're going to need Imperium Essence, which I have already made. We're going to need some chorus fruit, which I have it in the botany pot, and I have made some popped chorus fruit. And if I have not messed it up, we should have everything. Oh, we need an actual seed. You know, I have turned off my particles, so I get confused. Yeah, we have it. We don't need chorus fruit. You should grow somehow. Oh, do you need a good farmland? Maybe you do. Ah, yes, you do. I have been AFK for a while and the yield is not great. We only have 50 essence. But the good part about this is that each 8 is going to give us 24. So that gives me another idea that we should also get some nether essence. Do you know why? Because every time I make a netherrack, I'm wasting 1 redstone. And honestly speaking, we don't get it that much, so yeah. So apparently if you mix sand with soul dust, you're going to get soul sand. And if we sieve it, we should get all the items that we need. Yes, nether wart, crimson fungus, blaze powder, and also gas tears. Well, that's everything. Okay. Thank you. Also, nether seeds should be like incredibly cheap. Yeah, it's here too. Lovely. Does not have to be the worst kind of farmland. We can use the highest tier of farmland that we can craft. In this way, it's going to be much faster. Where's the seed? Oh, Okay, anywho, as usual, I extended our fluid production line to cover the ender fluid as well. The main resource that we need at this age is lead in order to get Enderium and unlock mechanism. However, we also need steel, which in order to craft a pyrolyzer, we have to get a blaze rod. So blazing doll in a barrel of lava, and we hope for the best. Using the pyrolyzer, we can finally get some coal coke, we mix it with iron, and voila, we have steel, which does look quite a bit like lead. But in any case, welcome to Mechanism. Our first order of business is to get a metallurgic infuser in order to process osmium by infusing platinum that we get from sieving with gold dust. The rest of Mechanism is almost business as usual, but while everything is cooking up, we need to gather some terracotta so that I would be able to make more botany pots. And yes, we needed some machines, so I have rearranged them, and I have been sieving a lot. A ton of resources. I had to spend a few hours on resources because we are like the armored division waiting for the infantry to catch up. Go away, Baron. This part is not mentioned in the quest book, but I'm assuming one of the best things that we can invest in at this very moment is going to be an enrichment chamber. Yes, exactly. Getting more from less. You see, the thing is, we don't have that much gold and we need a ton of osmium. I think each 4 gold dust is going to give you 1 osmium, but if we enrich it very slowly, then each gold dust is going to give us 2 osmium. Same with redstone and the other stuff. Because here is the point, we need refined obsidian and we need refined glowstone. That means we are going to need an osmium compressor, and yes, that means far more osmium. And obviously platinum. I'm not gonna use ore doubling, it's pointless. Yes. Infusing efficiency. Also, for the longest time, I have been thinking, how the hell would you make some obsidian? Go away, Baron. That is because my memory is garbage. You just need a barrel of lava, water on top. And if you have an amazing pipe, this is the speed that you get obsidian. Oh yeah, this is far more efficient. Thank you. I'm assuming they have not made the recipe for refined obsidian easier? No, of course not. The upgrades from Mechanism are incredibly expensive because the fluids are expensive. You can't extract everything at the same time. Everything is a chain. So I guess we can invest in some tier installers? It's like having more machines without having more machines. I also think that's enough obsidian. As it turns out, we didn't have to go that crazy. We just need 9 refined obsidian. Let's take the glowstone out. And of course, a bit more refined glowstone. What we need to make is the awakened altar. Well, at least a chapter is done. I have no idea if we have enough or not, but let us see. Here is the altar. We need 4 pedestals and 4 vessels. And we don't have enough. It is perfectly fine. Maybe we get something as a quest reward. And the final one. Perfection. Now comes the fun part of making all the essences. Well, the seeds were not the problem, but making botany pots is going to be a problem. It is incredibly expensive, that is the problem. How did we make ender pearls? Let's see how many we have. Okay, we're done. I need like way more iron. Well, we have the powder, so you, my dearest friend, start sieving. Honestly speaking, iron should not be a problem for us. We just have to process some ores. Iron is a tier 2 powder and a tier 2 fluid. It's cheap. It's just that we are going to need a ton of gravel as well as pebbles. I love the speed. But then it runs out. It's not going as great as you would think, but at this very moment, with the 4 that we had over here, we have half a stack of hopping botany pots, the elite version, which I guess we're going to set it up over here in the other compact machine. We should set our spawn in a corner, you know, so that next time we don't spawn inside a botany pot and suffocate to death. Also, I was under the impression this is going to be bigger. It's very small. Anywho, we are going to have our end seed, our nether seed, and the rest is going to be for inferium. I just set up every single inferium seed that we had, and I'll be very honest with you, the rate is not that bad. I was expecting far worse. If we get more botany pots, I'm guessing we are going to get a decent supply of inferium. The problem is iron. Maybe I should make an iron seed. It's not that bad. 8 essence gives you 6. Yeah, I'm going to be very honest with you, at this point in the game, iron seeds is not going to be the worst idea. Because the resources that we're getting is a bit disproportionate. I guess while the iron essence is coming in, I might as well try to make the master infusion crystal. This guy over here. Because we do have 2000 essence and it's coming at a decent speed. Not great. And we have already made a few of them, so why the hell not? Well, we have the Imperium, that gives us Supremium, and I guess I have to wait for the rest. Well, it seems that I have been AFK for a very long time, because we have 9000 Inferium Essence. I actually went grocery shopping and had dinner, and I forgot the game was running. Well, it's a huge waste, because every time you have to make a new infusion crystal, but I think this time we're done. We just needed 4 Insanium. And voila! The Master Infusion Crystal, unlimited uses. Before we move on any further, there is something that you should know. When I started this pack, the endgame was about Project E. Now it has been completely changed. For some reason I did an update and there was no update notes, so I never noticed. When you do have Project E in the pack, you're going to approach it differently. Now, it's different again. I might have to redesign the base, we will see. Okay, so it has been a crazy amount of time later and I have not done anything special. I just quadrupled our production and got more organized. Basically what we have to do is that I have color coded the matters, and this is the final matter that we have to make right now. You just put the dust inside the barrel and you get the output, which I would say it's decently fast. I also made a very small automation for sieving. We have the sieve, we have the compactor, and we have a furnace factory. And no, I'm not going to enable auto sorting. I also made a few flux points, and we also have a crafter which is making us insanium blocks. It's more automatic and I don't have to do the crafting. So far we don't have that many, yeah, only 3 blocks, not the best, but I believe that should be enough in order to get us started. We need the awakened altar and we need to awaken the insanium blocks. And how do we do that? We need the cognizant dust. Thank you. That is a quest. We need 4 of them in total. Insanium in the center, and we get Awakened Supremium Block. For some reason, there is a quest to uncraft it. We get 1 Awakened Supremium Ingot and 1 gem. Oh, come on, now you need the nuggets. Oh, hi. Now we need Creative Essence. This is why we needed the nuggets. I believe we have everything we need in order to make 1 Creative Essence. We're going to need way more, but let's get 1. Thank you. Are you going to give me an extra one? Oh, thank you. The chapter is not complete because we need to make the organic matter as well. But we have unlocked the next chapter, which is the real end. And we need to make this creative seed, which, yeah, we need 4 creative essence. Technically 2 more. Oh, it's going to give us the seed. That's going to be lovely. Wait a minute. We have everything, no? So here's the extra nugget. Then we need some cognizant dust, which is something that I can easily craft more. Well, technically I only need 8 more. Yeah, this is going to be the last one. That should give us 2 more creative essence. Thank you. And I think we should be able to make the creative seeds. Yes, so it's just 4 insanium and the creative essence. That's it. Yes, fascinating. We even have enough in order to make the farmland. So you, my dearest friend, here is your farmland. Make me something. Just to make sure that the previous chapter is going to be completed, let us make some new fluid, get the new dust. And that should give me extra dust. And this one is actually great because it's going to give us all the resources, including creative organic spore. So let's sift it and see what happens. Oh, you're stuck. Okay, we didn't get the spore. It's fine. One very important thing that we should do at this very moment is to automate the awakened altar. We need tons of the dust and I cannot do it manually. Depends how many export buses we can make. 1, 2, 3... Okay, we need 8. Well, this is a very simple automation. We have export buses which are exporting the items into the pedestals and the vessels, and we are also exporting the dust into the awakened altar and importing the result back. So as long as we have all the essences and the dust, this is going to run constantly. The only problem is that the production of essence is not very fast. Oh, we needed Imperium. Sorry. Craft it back. Also, our dearest friend has not been very productive. It's incredibly slow. So I have absolutely no idea when am I going to get my new seed. But eventually I will. Oh, and I need to automate the last fluid. Although this is the final fluid, it's not the final matter. And that's all we got. 45. We're out of Imperium. So now if we sieve it, do we get the spore? Yes. Thank you. I don't really know what it does. Ah, you make the final matter. Okay, that makes sense. It's just that I think this guy takes around 2 minutes in order to produce us 2, and every 100 times we might get a seed. Oh, we just got 1 more insanium block. That should give us a decent supply of Imperium. Well, I did tell you that we're going to get it. It's just that, yeah, it does take a bit of time. So now, why is this item important? Well, first off, you can put it inside a compressor and it gives you creative essence. So we don't have to waste insanium on that, and that is a good thing. Another reason that it's important is that if we mix it with some spores, we're going to get the creative organic matter. We need way more. But for the moment, let us just get 2 of them. Now, if we sift this one, very important, yes, we get the creative waste. Give me another one. I'm hoping it's going to give me another one because the chances are only 75%, but we got it twice. We need a few upgrades. Let us make a pattern terminal, and remember that the first pattern is always a pattern for patterns. Then we need to start auto-crafting everything that we need for auto-crafting, starting with silicon, the processors, the alloys, gears and plates, the alloys from mechanism, and finally, all the machine upgrades. And yes, finally we have auto-crafting and we have the capability of crafting most of the items that we're going to need, from steel casings from mechanism to the atomic alloy. However, even though I have done this, I think it is time to call it a day for this mod pack, and I will try to explain to you why. This creative nuclear waste that we got is used inside a chemical oxidizer, correct? And what does it do? Well, it gives you nuclear waste so that you don't need to set up a reactor from mechanism, which is really good for me because I'm not really a fan of setting up another nuclear reactor from mechanism. But unfortunately, this is also one of the main reasons that you cannot finish this mod pack in a reasonable amount of time. So mechanism is a mod, but mechanism itself does not have the reactor, it's just the base mod. The mechanism reactor is part of a mod called mechanism generators, and the reason that you see nothing over here is because we don't have that mod. Why is that important? To finish the game completely and get your GG, you need 4 antimatter cores. They are made with antimatter pellets. Well, you use them in the recipe. And even though the recipes have been tweaked and you need less antimatter in order to make an antimatter pellet, you still need a ton of power. Dynamos from thermal expansion are never ever going to generate that much power. The mycelial generator from industrial foregoing is not possible because, well, we're missing some items for them, and I have already tried the extreme reactors mod. It's incredibly laggy for some reason, but even that is not generating us that much power. In theory it can, in practice it cannot. Let us do some mathematics. You need 128 antimatters in order to make one antimatter core. You need 4 cores, therefore you're going to need 512 antimatter pellets. You need 50 millibuckets of antimatter in order to make one antimatter pellet, and each millibucket costs you 40 million RF. So each antimatter pellet costs you around 2 billion RF. That brings our total power requirement to somewhere around 1 trillion RF. And I'm being really generous here. Let us say that we are generating 100,000 RF per tick. That means in just over 10 million ticks we would be able to generate that much power. If we divide that by 20 and convert it into seconds, that's almost 500,000 seconds. And if you want to convert it into hours, you just divide it by 3600 and that's 142 hours. And I'm not really going to AFK for 100 hours, so maybe there is going to be an update and they're going to add a new generator. Maybe my math is wrong, because you should remember 5 out of 4 people struggle with math. But in any case, even if I'm wrong, I'm not gonna AFK for 20 or 30 hours. Therefore, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye. No, wait a second, my math was wrong. I missed a 0, it's not 40 million RF, it's 400 million RF. So we're looking at 1000 hours. Bye bye.